What's going on, everyone? I'm Don Saladino coming to you from the beautiful Lake Nona. I'm tied to a bench right now with my Vector system, and we're about to go through a 4-movement full body circuit. We're gonna do an AMRAP, as many rounds as possible in around 10 minutes. So, one quick reminder, every movement, we don't necessarily have to use the exact same resistance. So if we have to, take a second, make an adjustment if it feels too hard or too easy. Let's stay within yourself. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna begin with a split stance row. We're gonna go for about 10 reps each side. Now, that's a little bit easy for me, so what am I gonna do? I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna make an adjustment. Perfect. 2. Trying to keep a stable core. Good balance. Now, the idea is not to rush through this. The idea is to stay within yourself. If you need a little bit of rest, feel free to take it. But notice how I'm trying to keep a very strong foundation right here, allowing my lower body to stay still. Great. Now, it's normal for the pulling to feel a little bit easier than the pushing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make an adjustment, go to my setting of 2, and from here, we're gonna go into our press. 2, now you could counter punch with the opposite hand, or you could keep it stable. 4. 10, switching sides, catching my breath. Stable base. Now we start with our pull, we went to our push. We're gonna go to our lower body now. We're gonna go to a squat. So if I have to, I'm gonna make a little bit more of a resistance chain. I'm gonna go to a 3 setting, and we're gonna go right into our squats. I'm gonna hold on with 2 hands. We're gonna sit, stand back up. If that's a little easy, I'm gonna back up. 2. So far, pull, push, legs. We're gonna go into our core now. Going into our Pallof press. So with the resistance, don't feel so tied to one specific resistance. We're gonna have to adjust as we go. I want you to feel comfortable. We're gonna extend the arms straight out. So notice how I'm trying to keep my core and my hips as stable as possible. 9, 10, I'm gonna take it from the other side now. It's good for you to note what's going on in my hips. There's no shifting going on. I'm pulling this handle into the center of my chest. I'm pressing out. If it's a little easy, I could step out. And if it's too hard, I could step in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Now what I love about the Vector is I can change heights. Okay, so notice I'm using it off of a low bench today. Tomorrow I might be working off of a specific fence or net, and I want to hook it a little bit higher, or a door mount and go even higher. I love loading the body at different points. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go back into that row. I'm making my adjustment. We're gonna go into that split stance. That's 1 round is done. And I'm gonna counter punch, or I can keep the hand stable. 2, 3. Good, other side. What I love about this system is we're working on mobility as well, because stability and strength are so similar, and getting into positions and having to stabilize is something that's so important. Making my adjustment, we're gonna go back into that press. From here, it's remember, if you need rest in between sets, grab a sip of water, take a deep breath. Quality over quantity. Consistency trumps intensity. You're gonna find that 10 minutes you can get so much done. Different resistance levels are so important because different muscle groups are stronger than others. So how are we going to train with the same resistance with every movement? We really shouldn't. So the fact right now that I can make my adjustment in such little time without having to grab another dumbbell or change a major adjustment that's going to eat into time, I don't always have that time, right? I also am loving the portability of this too. If at any point I wanted to move and go to a different spot, that's fantastic. So I'm making the resistance a little bit stronger than my first set. I realized that my first set might have been a little light, but you know what? It was a good warm up. So I'm able to increase it. I can also increase the resistance by maybe going into some holds. We're about to complete 2 rounds already. Think about the amount of work we're getting in little time. So far with these 4 movements, we've hit the entire body. Going to an adjustment of a 3 for my split stance row. Now, if the split stance row feels a little too difficult, we can do a bilateral stance. Stay within yourself. Eight, 9, 10. Remember, stay within yourself. Maybe I'm moving too fast, maybe I'm moving too slow for you. That's fine, it's not a race. Going back to that push. Not feeling like 3 is good for me, going with maybe a 2, okay? Today, because it's set up at a lower adjustment, I'm pressing a little bit higher. Tomorrow, I might be pressing high to low. But the idea is to keep that core stable. Notice how my body's not moving around. This is how we're getting a lot of abdominal core work in. Good. Loving it, feeling great. Good. Adjusting it. On the squat, I'm going to the highest adjustment. I'm able to sit a little bit lower and really work on opening up those hips. It's a compound movement, so we're working the quads, the hamstrings, the glute, the core from just having to stabilize with this handle. Good. And as you're moving along, you're gonna notice that your body's feeling a lot looser too. Almost feel like you've went through a nice little stretch. I got a little sweat going right now, going into that Pallof press. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This starts becoming a little aerobic. We're almost done here. So I just completed my round right there. Because I was closing in on that 10 minutes, I decided not to continue with an extra round. Remember, this workout was supposed to happen in around 10 minutes. So if you're gonna go a few seconds over, that's fine. If you're gonna go a few seconds under, that's great also. Make a mental note or jot it down. You know, try and determine how you felt throughout this workout. Write this workout down. This is fantastic stuff. You could repeat this multiple times during the week. This is gonna work the entire body in little time, get you stronger, burn fat, and most importantly, make you feel better. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that one.